Honorable guests, esteemed speakers, emerging leaders, ladies and gentlemen, it is with profound honor and deep sense of responsibility that I stand before you today at the National Emerging Leaders Economic Forum 2024. Our theme, Leading for Sustainable Economic Growth in a Multipolar World, the role of emerging leaders, is not just timely, but essential for the current global landscape. We are gathered here today to discuss leadership in a world that is increasingly complex, where power is dispersed across multiple regions, and where the role of emerging leaders like us cannot be overstated. Firstly, let us take a moment to reflect on the nature of the multipolar world we live in. The traditional structures of global dominance are shifting. Today, influence is no longer centralized in one or two superpowers. Instead, we are witnessing the rise of multiple economic centers across different regions. Africa, Asia, Latin America, and Eastern Europe are increasingly playing pivotal roles on the global stage. This evolution presents both opportunities and challenges. The opportunity lies in the diversity of growth potential, while the challenge is how we, as emerging leaders, navigate this complex terrain. Secondly, when we talk about sustainable economic growth, we must recognize that it goes beyond the numbers and metrics. We often use the measures success. It is not just about GDP growth or stock market performance. Sustainable growth considers the environment, the equitable distribution of wealth, and the long-term impact of our economic decisions. As emerging leaders, it is our duty to ensure that the growth we champion is not only robust, but also inclusive and sustainable. We must ask ourselves, are we creating systems that benefit all, or are we widening the gap between the rich and the poor? Are we promoting growth that is environmentally responsible or socially equitable? Moreover, in the multipolar world, leadership cannot be limited to traditional methods. We need to embrace innovation and technology if we are to lead effectively. The fourth industrial revolution is upon us, bringing with it advancements in artificial intelligence, blockchain, and digital transformations. As leaders, we must leverage these technologies to drive economic growth that benefits communities. We should not merely be consumers of technology. I want to repeat here. We should, as young people, we should not merely be consumers of technology, but also creators and innovators. Our task is to ensure that Africa is not left behind in the technological wave, but becomes a pioneer in using innovation to solve its unique challenges. Economic growth must work for everyone and not just for a privileged few. Ethical leadership must be the cornerstone of everything we do. Corruption, poor governance, and mismanagement continue to plague many economies, particularly in Africa. As emerging leaders, we must hold ourselves and those we lead to the highest standards of integrity. Our leadership must be defined by transparency, accountability, and commitment to service for the greater good. We must ensure that the system we put in place are not just efficient, but also just. Also, climate change is no longer a future threat. It is a present reality. The decision we make as leaders today will have profound implications for the future of our planet. We must prioritize environmental sustainability in our economic policies, ensuring that growth does not come out at the cost of irreversible damage to our ecosystems. Our industries must align with global sustainability goals, and we must innovate in the ways that protect our planet for future generations. As young people, we are at the crossroads. Ghana and Africa are truly at the crossroads, especially the youth. Across the blessed but impoverished continent of Africa, nothing seems to work. Each day we scale higher on the ladder of economic crisis, unemployment, poverty, aimlessness, and waywardness, hunger and despair. To daily see the many youths just whiling away times and their glorious potential literally lying dormant, docile and innate in them, for which most may die with those potentials in them intact, only brings sorrow to my eyes. But I rose to speak words of fire into your mind and heart, that it is doable. Together, and that if we decide to harness our collective potentials as youth of Ghana, Nigeria, Sudan, Kenya, South Africa, and across Africa, and the diaspora, shall come together, bring forth the breaking of new dawn for Africa. The intelligence of people affects the importance of a country. The future generation, the children and the youth, is an integral part of country and continent. For a better future, giving importance to the youth is necessary because the youth is the most active part of the country. All sorts of creativity can be found if we look through the minds of the youth. Enough of the days of indifference, and let us arise and change the status quo. A charge to you, young men and women around. My dearest and esteemed youth of Ghana, for that matter Africa, and those in the diaspora. Today, as I stand before you to ignite a fire within your hearts, a fire that will prepare us into action and drive us towards a shared vision of national transformation, we find ourselves at a critical juncture in our nation's history, where the challenges we face demand a collective effort, determination, and unwavering commitment. Youth, you are the torchbearers of change, the agents of progress, and the hope of our nation's future. Your energy, passion, and innovative thinking have the power to reshape the destiny of our beloved country. It is time for you to rise, to embrace your role as a catalyst for positive change, and to make your voices heard. Today, I implore you to make your rightful place in the forefront of national discussions and actions. Let your voice resound in the corridors of power. Let your actions demonstrate the true essence of your patriotism and love for your fellow man. And let your love for humanity fuel your commitment into building a better nation and a continent. Together, as the youth across this beloved continent and nation, we can create a force that is unstoppable. A force that will shatter the barriers that hinder progress and prepare us towards a brighter future. But for this to happen, we must unite our hearts, minds, and spirits, transcending our differences and focusing on the common goal that unites us all, the desire to see our nation thrive. No one person, voice, movement, or group can do it alone. Hence, the urgent need for collaborative partnership to drive deeper sense of inclusivity and synergism. Let us harness the power of education and knowledge, for they are the keys that unlock the doors of opportunity. Let us invest in the development of our skills and talents, for they are the tools that will shape our destiny. Let us cultivate a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship, for they hold the power to create jobs, drive economic growth, and uplift our communities. But let us not forge the power of compassion and empathy. Let us reach out to the marginalized, the disadvantaged, and the forgotten. extending helping hand and working towards a society where every individual is valued and given equal opportunity to flourish. In this journey, we must all hold our leaders accountable. Let us demand transparency, integrity, and servant leadership from those who hold positions of power. Let us challenge the status quo and work towards a governance system that truly serves the people, upholding justice, equality, and the rule of law. I call upon you, the youth, to rise above apathy, to cast aside complacency, and to embrace the responsibility that comes with being the bearers of hope. Let us be guided by the values that define us, by our faith in a brighter future, and by the unwavering belief that change is not only possible, but within our grips. Together, let us create a movement that reverberates across our nations, igniting the hearts of our fellow citizens and inspiring them to join us on this journey of transformation. Let us show the world that power of unity, the strength of our convictions, and the indomitable spirit of our youth. The time for action is now. Let us stand shoulder to shoulder, hand in hand, and march towards a future where our dreams become reality, where justice prevails, and where the true potential of our nation is realized. In conclusion, I want to emphasize that the task before us is both monumental and urgent. The world we live in is changing rapidly, and the need for visionary, courageous, and ethical leadership has never been greater. And emerging leaders, we have a unique opportunity to shape the future. We are not mere spectators in this multipolar world. We are its architects. It is up to us to lead with wisdom, to champion sustainability or sustainable economic growth, and to create a future where prosperity is shared by all. Let us arise to this occasion. The future is watching us and is waiting for our bold ideas, our innovative solutions, and our unwavering commitment to make a difference. Together, we can lead for sustainable economic growth, and in this multipolar world, together, we can shape a better future. God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make her great and strong. Long live Ghana. Long live Africa. Long live Nelef. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairperson.